All right, everybody, welcome back to the Western Southerner YouTube channel. So it's wintertime in the Pacific Northwest, and a lot of times I bring this truck camper out in the mountains in the winter. It's great fun because it kind of gives us shelter from the cold weather. It also is easy to find a place to camp because sometimes we can just pull in somewhere that might be covered in snow and we can just pop up. We don't have to dig the snow out where a tent would be. Winter camping isn't for everybody, and you have to outfit yourself a little bit differently in the wintertime. So here's like a list of 10 or 12 things that I bring in the wintertime that stay in the truck camper that kind of make life a little bit easier. Okay, first things first is I bring like a good down sleeping bag, Armit bag. It's a 0-degree bag. The reason why I bring this thing is because it'll get pretty cold in this thing. It doesn't exactly insulate very well. Last night it was 32 degrees in the camper and like 27 outside. Worst case scenario, if you run out of propane or something, run out of gas, get stuck in a blizzard, having a good warm sleeping bag I think is really important. Okay, so the second thing I always bring in the wintertime is a generator and a really long extension cord. This one's 50 feet. The reason why I bring the long extension cord is so that I can set the generator a little bit further away and the noise doesn't keep me awake at night. Okay, so the third thing kind of along with that is that I bring this kind of extended runtime hose I made. Basically this is just inline siphon, and this end goes in the gas tank. I drilled a breather hole in it, and this end goes on the Honda generator. This is a replacement cap. You have to prime it, pump a little gas through it to get it going, but it works great. I will say use this thing at your own risk and be careful. By no means is this like an approved way to power your generator. Okay, so last thing on that note is I bring a 5-gallon gas can. I used to bring a 2.5 gallon. It just wasn't enough. 5 gallons gives you more than enough to run maybe a whole weekend. Okay, so another thing I bring is this extra propane tank, all in 5 pounds or something. It's a little bit to get me through. This carrying case is really nice too. Okay, so I'm glad I'm doing this video because I just realized that something I always carry in the wintertime isn't in there. And that thing is a little mini camp stove that runs off of this canister gas. I do that, number one, in case I run out of propane. Number two, in case I have some kind of stove malfunction. Just have another way to make coffee in the morning or fry an egg or something like that. All right, another thing I bring is a hair dryer. This at a thrift store for $4. Apparently it's a travel hair dryer and it's a nice one, Colleen says. But I keep it in there in case I have to thaw something out. All right, another thing we bring is these little amber reading lights. In the wintertime, the sun goes down at like 5 o'clock out here. We're pretty far north. And instead of having those LED lights on in the top, we use these amber reading lights. It's just kind of soft light, blue lights, the LED lights in there, kind of harsh and abrasive. I get kind of sleepy when these are on. So that's nice. RV antifreeze, right? You want some of this. Keeping a jug in there is always a great idea. So a couple things that should probably always be in the camper, but definitely you want them in winter. Obviously a shovel, right? If you get this thing stuck in the snow, it's going to be a real chore to get it out, and a shovel could be really handy. The other thing is a tow strap. I have a big tow strap because this is a big truck, 3 or 4 inches across, 20 or 30 feet long. Taking this thing out of a snowbank would be a real chore, and this thing has big tow hooks on the outside of it too, which is helpful. Okay, so a few more things that are just kind of nice conveniences that I bring. Always make sure I have a thermometer. This is one of those indoor-outdoor ones. This thing I hang outside so that I have an idea of how cold it actually is. I got my fuzzy slippers, right? And these things got shearling on the inside. It's just some folks, Sundance Leather Company makes these in Colorado. I love these things. So they got a good leather sole on the bottom too. You can walk around camp like this. You could probably walk over there into the mountains and stalk a deer with them. Always keep an extra pair of warm wool socks as well. My old kind of heavy duty raincoat from like the 90s. It's not like you carry stuff like this in a backpack anymore, but this is a great thing to leave in a truck or a truck camper. You forget your raincoat or you totally soak through your rain jacket, you just got an extra one to use. All right, everybody. That's about all I carry extra in the wintertime in this thing. Obviously, I bring other layers, but those don't necessarily stay in the truck camper all the time. A lot of this stuff just kind of lives in the truck camper in the wintertime, just in case we need it, or Mother Nature or life throws us a curveball. We have the things we need to take care of ourselves. So if you like this video, hit like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Take care.